The immigrant population in Texas has doubled in the past 25 years. But despite efforts by police and community groups to engage in a positive way with immigrants, in 2017, Houston has had several incidents of immigrant encounters with law enforcement that have gone viral, with some gaining national attention. May 28th. An off-duty sheriff's deputy and her husband held an immigrant man in a chokehold outside of a restaurant. The man later died, and both are being charged with manslaughter. August 12. Newly released dashcam video shows police performing a body cavity search on a woman. The officers pulled down her pants, exposing her in a spread eagle position, and probing her vagina outdoors and in public view. February 22nd, ICE agents burst into a hospital and drag away a critically ill 26-year-old woman from El Salvador who had been brought in for emergency surgery for a brain tumor. She was unable to walk and had to be removed in a wheelchair. President Trump recently praised and encouraged law enforcement officers to be more aggressive with suspects.
Please don't be too nice. Like when you guys put somebody in the car and you're protecting their head, I said you can take the hand away, okay?
Trump's comments drew laughter and applause from numerous officers standing behind him on stage and in the crowd, but also outrage from the public. But what happens when a community fears cooperating with officials who were supposed to be there to protect them?
You don't touch me.
Amen.
No, you don't touch me.
It's going to be uncertain times, I think, for a lot of people. If they get picked up for anything.
In fact, police departments in Houston last April announced that immigrants were reporting crimes at a rate that is 42% lower than previous years, contributing to the fear.
Right, there's no doubt that SB4 has created a real fear in immigrant communities. There's no doubt about that. But what they need to understand is that SB4 protects victims and witnesses of crime. So if you observe a crime and you call in, they will not be asking you about your status.
Phil-Am Audrey Natividad is a local activist who believes the viral videos in Houston fuel the decline in the public's trust, and that when Senate Bill 4 went into effect September 1st, minorities and immigrants, including Filipinos, became even more vulnerable.
All right, we are all going to be under the radar. They are not going to be, oh yeah, let's tell, oh, that's a Filipino versus a Latina. No, they're not going to be, immigrants are immigrants. We have undocumented Asian people. I know, they hate to, it's hard for them to swallow that, we do have undocumented Asian Americans here.
If someone is targeted and stopped and detained, and the reason they were stopped is because they told them that they appeared to be undocumented, that's against the law. After September 1st, you have to be legally detained or arrested for someone to have the option to ask you that.
But that's exactly what happened to Phil-Am Samara Espericueta, even though she had proof she was a U.S. citizen.
They took me pretty much to a deportation center where they wanted me to get deported. My family took the birth certificate, where it shows that I'm from the Philippines, and it shows my adopted documents and my passport, my social, everything. And they didn't take any of that in.
It wasn't until Samara was in the deportation bus headed to Mexico when at the last minute they realized their mistake.
What did you do? They pulled you out of the bus?
Yeah, they put me out and they're like, okay. And they just handed me my phone, not knowing whether I had batteries or not, because I've been in the jail for almost 2 weeks. And they're like, here, find somebody to help. And they just threw me out of the gate. And so I can't believe this happened to me. I feel like it should have never happened to me since I am a U.S. citizen.
It's very difficult for people. Now you go from a sense of, being somewhat secure that you might not be, interrogated too closely or turned over to immigration. But nowadays, the fear is there, and it's very, very tangible.
If you have any family members that are undocumented, friends that are undocumented, know your rights, know who to go to. There's a lot of organizations that's out to, be able to assist, that are on the front lines of our undocumented communities when this is going to go down.
Texas police departments are concerned that blurring the boundaries between immigration enforcers and city officials weakens community confidence and erodes the public trust. Around the country, fear and anxiety on both sides of the issue have brought about major changes in the way many immigrants go about their daily lives. Cheryl Piccio, ABS-CBN News, Houston.